Welcome to Glass of Bubbly. Today we'll be tasting some Herbal Gardens sparkling wines. We're back from our herb garden with some freshly picked herbs and some chilled sparkling wine.
Well, this sparkling wine sounds very tempting. What have we got here?
We have 3 Slovenian sparkling wines that all took home silver medals in the Herbal Gardens category.
So we've done that, didn't we? I think it's the first time last year that the category we brought in for Herbal Gardens. Could you be quite surprised that many sparkling wines do taste of garden herbs? Sometimes even nettles. So something is, the kind of stingy nettles in the garden that some people will use for tea and some people will eat. When you cut that, it gives a very kind of strong aroma. Or, if you've got rosemary or you've got thyme, which we've got in our garden, or even in that kind of mint kind of herbs, that comes through on the aromas and flavours of sparkling wine. So I assume we've got to test these 3 to see how herbal garden-y they actually are. Yes, so we've got Brut. We've got one Brut. What's this one here? This is, I think, also a Brut, by the looks of it. Doesn't state it on the bottle, but we're going to put it down as a Brut. And then we've got the Rose, so we're going to do that one the last. Let me pop open this one here.
Okay, good.
So Zidanka Slovenic, and this is the Penina Slovenic Zoho. And do you got any more information on this one, Oliver?
It's a silver medal winner.
It's a silver medal winner, there we go. So sometimes the Slovenian wines, their names are very hard to pronounce. There's an awful lot of information on the front of the label. You're not even sure what the name of the winery is or the wine, so it can be a little bit confusing. But nonetheless, the wines are very, very good. So let's go for the first one here. Silver medal, as Oliver said.
The official write-up for the category, Herbal Gardens, is a wine that will have a herbaceous character from herbs to freshly cut grass. So yeah, as you said, any sort of herbs, nettles, or even freshly cut grass is what we're hoping to see on these sparkling wines.
Well, what I like to do myself is when I've cut the grass and I've got that lovely fresh grass smell, certainly the nettles, because they come through strong, I do like to have a glass of sparkling wine. And generally I usually go like for the Grüne Veltliner grape, because that's very kind of herbal garden in its style, or any of our herbal garden medal winners. So let's go for the first.
These are nice glasses as well from Glass & Co.
Glass & Co glasses, yeah, lovely glasses for sparkling wine there. It's a touch of green character. It's smooth and silky on the nose. There's nothing too poignant, nothing too strong coming through on the nose.
It's sort of like you're sitting downwind from a herbal garden. Sort
downwind, yeah.
So the wind is bringing faint herbaceous characters towards you.
So you're about 20 metres away from this one. We're not that close to it, but we have got a touch. I've got herbaceous style certainly. Maybe the grass, not so much for me herbs. Or anything like, even what you get from the supermarkets, the kind of mixed herb. You put them in the omelette or you put them in a dish that they really come through. And when you're getting a faint whiff of that on the nose, let's go for those flavours. Again, green style. We're getting towards, I can understand where the herbal element is. It's very soft. There's a touch of lime. It's chalky, mineral. But we've also got that herbaceous style. It could be seen as freshly cut grass for me. Yes, I understand. But it's quite subtle, hence the silver medal in the category for this wine.
Yeah, I'd say there's a touch of, for me, touch of green apple, along with those subtle herbal characters.
You have got that green apple flesh as well for the fruits. But it's certainly telling me green. I can see the colour green with this wine.
Yes, definitely. So let's move on to the next one.
Lovely, but very refreshing, and it's quite silky. Touch of zestiness, medium plus acidity, good flavours.
So this one is from Kristavlin Alan Kristanik.
It's not easy, is it? It's not easy.
With their Rebula Brut, which won a silver medal.
Ooh, we've got a nice colour to this wine here. Yellow with a touch of lime green. especially for me, I can see a touch
there is that
green.
faintness.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
Definitely a different style of wine altogether coming through. I've got a savoury green character, savoury, herbaceous green fruit aroma.
Yeah, there is that touch of fresh herb with a green character, say leaning towards green apples, maybe a touch of green pear.
But quite dry, not anything sweet like the Glera grape and a Prosecco. We're looking at something maybe the apple skin or the pear skin itself, that kind of crushed.
Yeah, sort of a natural sweetness, but also sort of a touch going towards a glazed apple for me.
Glazed apple for Oliver, wow. Let's go for flavours. That style in the aroma is carrying on in the palate. And it's very, maybe we said Herbal Gardens, it's making me think green, but this is certainly green. Green apple, touch of gooseberry. I've got grass, I've got lime. Yeah, that lime's coming through towards the end. So I've got all of that kind of character. We could throw in that there's a touch of freshly cut grass in there.
I get a touch of nettles.
You get a touch of nettles?
Yeah.
Not touching it's hurt you and it's
no,
you. Not that way.
I've not touched it, but I can taste it.
But very refreshing nonetheless. Very good for the second one.
Now move on to the rosé.
Lime in the close there. Very nice lime flavours in the close. Rosé. What have we got here, Oliver?
This is from Cusco with their turn. I think that says premium rosé.
Yeah, it looks like it. Premium rosé. So method traditional, classico.
So either premium or panina.
Or premier maybe. Premium, premier, panina. Let me have a look. Let's have a look. See
so it's panina rosé sect on the back.
I'd go for premium, but it's you have to kind of looks like a heartbeat.
Like a signature.
A signature. Let me just add a touch more into the glass. Let's go for this. So a rosé here.
I'll do the same just to make sure.
Okay, so that's better. I'm getting a nice violet, a nice rose petal on the nose.
There's a nice balance. It's not overly red. There's a nice mixture of red and green in this glass.
It's smooth, it's silky. I'm getting an awful lot of lovely pink and red, violet rose petals on the nose. That for me is standing out. Touch of red fruits, as you say, a very tiny squeeze of red fruits mixed in.
With a touch of grass is what I'm
With a touch of grass, yeah. Let's go for flavours on this one.
It's got a sweeter red berry taste.
Initially it's very similar to the aromas, and then midway through there's a good burst of fresh red berry fruit flavours. Touch sweet. This is a brut, but I would put that quite high level, maybe 9 to 10 grams, something like that. It's sweet. The close is not awfully long for me. Touch brief on the close, and we've still got the red berry fruits mixed in with a bit of mineral. I would say there. I've got an awful lot of herbal on this one. I don't know about you.
You haven't got that.
I haven't got.
For me, the sweetness advanced the longer it was in the palate for me. I do get the red berries, even a crisp red apple in there with, I feel like, just 1 or 2 mint leaves.
1 or 2 mint leaves, yeah. I didn't find that, but everybody's different in the way that they appreciate wines. I'm looking at here with thyme, even the mixed herbs, and going through our garden, we've got basil, we've got chives, all of these mixtures. Certainly none of them for me. It's mostly the red berry fruits coming through in this, and the rose petals, but still very nice. All silver medals, as you see. Herbal Gardens, so there we go, Herbal Gardens.
If you had to pick a favourite?
I'm going to go for the first one, because I think it made such a good impression. It's very smooth, very silky, nice character, a solid performance, a solid silver medal for me. All quite different characters. Certainly this one was very different style. And this is a lovely, relaxing, fresh, pleasing rosé. But this one for me, yeah. So the Zidanka Slovenic, Penina Slovenic Zoho. I'm not going to try and say all of the other words on the front label because there's quite a few and they're like tongue twisters. There we go, 13%, touched on the strong side.
For me, it was a very close tie between this one and the Cristana. I don't know. This one here was also very brilliant for displaying these herbal characters that we're looking for.
There we go. So Herbal Gardens with Glass of Bubbly. And until next time,
enjoy the fizz.